Have you ever noticed that the closer you get to Allah, the more people seem to disappear? It's like the more you purify your heart, the more alone you become. You pray more, you speak less, you seek more truth, and suddenly you are too much for people. It feels so lonely. It feels personal, but it's not rejection, it's redirection. Let me take you deeper through my neurodivergent lens. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Through Her Neurodivergent Lens, where spirituality and clarity meets raw emotion, deep thought, and lived experiences. Today, I want to speak on something that has left a heartbreak for many of us. Why do we start losing people when we become closer to Allah? And let's be real, this isn't talked about enough. You begin your journey of turning to Allah, trying to become sincere, doing inner work, and changing your environment. And suddenly, people start pulling away. Friends ghost you, conversations feel awkward, and you are left out, misunderstood, and sometimes mocked. You start even questioning yourself, am I doing something wrong? But here's the truth. Healing and growth always comes with shedding. And here's a metaphor that helped me see it clearly. Maybe it will help you too, and it's called the phone storage analogy. Imagine your phone is completely full, screenshots from 2019, apps you don't use, duplicate pictures, random downloads, audio files from who knows where. It's just chaos. Now suddenly you need to download a critical app, something life-saving, maybe for travel or health, something that actually matters, but it won't install. Why? Because your phone has no space. So what do? You go into your storage and start deleting things. Even some things you kinda liked but haven't used in a while. You let go, not because they were bad, but because they are no longer serving your present purpose. And that's exactly what Allah does to your soul. When you are serious about closeness to Him, He begins decluttering your life. People, attachments, old versions of you, toxic validation cycles, distractions, and even some good people you thought would stay forever. Not because they're evil, but because your heart can't carry Allah and dunya's attachment in the same way. Something has to give. Now, spirituality shedding hurts, but it's healing. This process is so painful because we form deep emotional bonds, especially if you're neurodivergent. People become part of your safe routine, your mental comfort, and your social regulation. So when they leave or change, it feels like betrayal. But in truth, it's often Allah's mercy in disguise. He's protecting your energy. He's filtering your surroundings. He's making space for you to finally grow without shrinking yourself to stay liked. And growth disrupts the unaligned. When your energy shifts, when your values deepen and your standards rise, your intentions purify by the way. The people who are not aligned with the shift will naturally fall away, not because you're pushing them, but because they were never meant to go with you into the next chapter. And honestly, some of us are still grieving people who were only meant for a specific season. Allah doesn't subtract to punish, He subtracts to redirect. Sometimes He removes people so your dependence shifts back to Him, not to their approval, not to their attention, not to their version of you that they love. And if you feel like no one is being replaced, that's because Allah is the one who stays. Through my neurodivergent lens, as someone who's neurodivergent, with a brain that overthinks, overfeels, and clings deeply, this detachment feels so honestly brutal. But I've realized something. We don't just grieve the people, we grieve the version of ourselves we were with them. And as Allah removes those layers, it can feel like we are breaking. But what's actually happening is this. We are being rebuilt with less noise, more purpose, and deeper iman. So, to the one who feels lonely while walking on the path of sincerity, know this. You are not alone, my love. You are just ahead. And ahead is never crowded. You are not created to blend in. You were created to belong, first and foremost, to the one who never leaves. If this touched your heart, share it with someone going through the same thing. This is a space for us, the ones who overthink, overfeel, and still choose Allah above all. I am Maymoon, and you have been listening to Through Her Neurodivergent Lens. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye.